chicks and a full line of poultry supplies, but also bunnies and parakeets. They also carry a wide selection of Duplin wines and gourmet products so you don't have to drive to the beach. Come see us at Mid-South Lumber on Highway 231 in Youngstown.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, I'm full of water. I stay hot tub, stay hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub, rubber dub with me. Shaking hot tub, yeah. Really make me sweat, yeah. Shaking hot tub, yeah. Really make me wet, yeah. Well. I forgot. Yes. Good morning, Wildcat. What's up, Big Daddy?
Good morning.
You look nice today. Different type style.
My truck
for you.
overheated on me this morning. I barely made it in, but everything is just fine because Glenn brought in cookies.
I saw where you shot the truck. That's okay. That helped. That really helped. Brian, good morning. You looking mighty fine yourself there.
I got a mirror.
And then one and only, the legendary Dr. Eugene Glenn Manley. I like that shirt, baby. Let me see it. I should like to have an Arnold one like that. Anyway, I got to get into this. Yesterday I forgot something.
Imagine that.
You know what I forgot? It was Mariah's birthday.
Oh, no. Whoa.
Her beautiful birthday. And we had the birthday. They went to a movie. They went and saw that movie where the girls change, the mother change age or something. I forgot the name of it.
Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. Yeah, a bunch of them went. But we had a great time. We had a little dinner last night, and it was packed. Probably 20 of us there, and she had a great time. Poor Leighton and Lorelai, they are worn out. They're doing cheer. School just started back.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they go all day to school, then they go do this cheer stuff all day. She fell asleep in my arms at the party, and she said, "Papa, take me home."
Yeah.
So I said, "I'm going to take her home. She can sleep on the couch until y'all get there." So we did, and bless her heart, they're worn out.
Notice how he blames that on her.
Yeah. But anyway, y'all have a great day today, everybody at school. You are what you hang around. Hang around good people, you become a better person. You want to be highly intelligent? Hang around someone like Glenn Manley. You'll become highly intelligent.
Yeah, not so fast, everybody.
What's going on? Anything locally going on, Mr. Manley?
Yeah, school board meeting yesterday. I went in there, and I want to apologize to all the former Bay High players, faculty, students that in the last 28 years, I did not serve you well. I thought something was going to happen to school board yesterday, but several school board members and the superintendent thought I was not worthy enough to do that. I want to thank Steve Moss and Jay Register for having faith in me. So we're talking about something, if you don't know, we're naming the practice field after me. You can't see it from Tommy Oliver. You can't even see it from the road unless you actually walk across the bridge. So we're not talking about a Jumbotron thing. I guess I have to be either dead or I have to do something, according to some people there. And I just, I appreciate all the backing, and can't say enough about Steve Moss and this. This has been going on for 2 years. We thought it was cleared 2 years ago when I became the AD again to help out Ms. Thompson, who came in as a new principal, and the new superintendent came in and said no, I had to be dead and I had to win a state championship or something. I don't know all the stuff, but it's his agenda, and it's his world, and we're just living in it. So I apologize for that, and I just hope if you want to know who or what, you can talk to your school board members, and they can tell you a reason why not. But Jerry and Steve are really helpful for me, and they backed me. So that's all I'm going to say about it. And if you want to contact those members, contact the superintendent. They'll give you. They really don't have to give you an answer, but some of the answers I got was not very plausible to me. So that's all I'm going to say about it. And I thank everybody that did support me. And thanks a lot.
Well, Wildcat, we did volunteer to help out much as we could. We said we can make him go away for good, but
you might say if he was dead, then So maybe we could help him out with that.
Well, I do have a pistol in my pocket.
No.
I've seen that pistol.
It can be used as evidence. Strike that.
It's Bay Day. We're starting off hot with Bay Day.
Hey.
Glenn Manley. Oh my God. Well, I hate it for you, man.
You know, I've dealt with high-ranking military officers before, and there's several things.
Yeah.
I didn't even get we'll take that under advisement. That's usually the standard answer.
Well, I'll tell you this. I got a big old legal pad full of paper, and I got a Sharpie marker, and I know the way to the practice field. So I'm going to go out there every day, and I'm going to hang it up there, and they can take it down every day because it should be up there.
Well, I think we're going to, I'm thinking about having a plaque made, put it in the ground where you can't see it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But anyway, here's the thing. With all the problems that are going on the first couple of days of school and everything else, I don't know why that's a hill to stand on, but that's their prerogative, and that's why they make the big bucks and make all the decisions. So, that's the way it goes. Life in the big city.
Life in the big city.
I'm just all those years of riding, and when I was coaching, you were coaching. There wasn't no such thing as huddle. You had to get up at 4 a.m. to drive to Pensacola and pick up a film and come back.
I remember that. You go into the bus stop.
I remember hearing about those.
Go to the bus stop, get the film, and then go meet and watch it. It was crazy.
So it's just, but
things have gotten easier.
Yeah, they have.
You ever have people? I've always wondered this because I always heard you guys talk about that.
16 millimeter film. You had to know how to load one of those.
Well, that, but did you ever, like, were coaches, gamesmanship about, angles of camera stuff?
I think it was better back then.
Or they withheld things?
Here's the thing. We had,
always wondered about that.
We had a professional guy film the game. And he made the film, and he sent us a copy, and then he put it on the bus and sent it to other people. When we played some people that didn't have that, we had to drive and meet them halfway.
Yeah.
We've gotten a film before. I do remember this with Lake Wells. They looked like it was spliced up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I always wondered.
Missing.
Right.
Every once in a while. It just depends on who.
Not very often. Actually, everybody's pretty good back in the day. That's pretty good. I've gone to a field and been wet. It hadn't rained all day. I did that to Joe Hampton. Joe came in here. He was a Hall of Famer. Came in here and visited with us. He still laughs about that. I said, "Y'all, we forgot to turn off the sprinkler." We kind of did.
Yeah. The other thing I always wondered, it was different sports. You get different answers, but not having coached high level football, I never knew this, but. If given the option, would you prefer to be at the game in person to see things, or could you just be way better informed on video? Which would you have preferred?
I'd rather see it in person, but when you break down film, you break down film, go back and forth.
Right.
Yeah, don't ever watch the film with the line coach. You watch it every play 5 times.
At least.
Yeah.
At least 5 times.
It's funny because the way we did it when I was first at Bay High, the offense would have like the first half, while the defense had the second half, and then you swap the film because you only had one 16 millimeter film.
Right.
And so, but those are good days, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something. You can't go in separate rooms and break it down. Like in colleges you can, but not like he's talking about everybody, defense coaches, offensive coaches, and he made a great point there. You got to go back at least 5 times.
All right.
And usually go like more than that.
Oh, sure.
But that's just... We got a phone call. Let's take this phone call. A legend. Man, we got this is Legend Wednesday. Manley's in here, and Jerry Registers, a school board member. I love this guy. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Well, good morning. What a day yesterday. I just want to apologize to Glenn. I think Steve put his soul on the line yesterday.
He did.
I supported him. And what a day. And I said yesterday, even though it was against policy, I said, Glenn, I told you earlier, you should have just had a small plaque. And I did discuss where the practice field was, north of the stands, north of the north stands at Tommy Oliver, and probably should have just put it up there and not said a word about it. But I thought yesterday was a negative day. I'm so sorry, and I still I'm perplexed about some of our board members voting the way they did. But that's what they want to do. That's fine. But I will say again, Steve put his soul on the line yesterday.
So did you. And I appreciate you guys.
Hey, Hey, but listen, right is right, and I've always said wrong is wrong, and that the right thing would have done what we were supposed to do yesterday, and I really felt bad for you, Glenn, when Steve said, "Well, you can go," but,
and I did.
Yeah, you did, but anyway, I just wanted to call this morning and follow up and say, what a day it was yesterday. I do apologize for the board's actions.
I appreciate all you've done, not just yesterday, but all you've done for Bay County as being an educator, the principal, and what you've done as a school board member. So, those are great things.
But, hey, listen, it's not about me. It's about the students and everything I've been involved in all through the years. I have been a blessed guy, just like you. And so I'm real proud of you. I just couldn't go without. I did call him last night, Coach, and talk to him a little bit, and I wanted to follow it this one. In fact, I told him, I said, hell, I probably need to go out there with you in the morning. Well, come on. I said, no. I might say something I shouldn't say.
Yeah, I know. I was told by the boss at my house to quiet it down a little bit. I had some stuff written out that I probably shouldn't say either. So I may destroy a friendship or two. I don't want to do that.
What was the vote count? What was the vote?
Three against two.
It was 3-2. 3-2. Yeah.
So it's just.
Coach Hale, I wanted to call you this morning just to tell you that appreciate your support of him too, and what a good guy he's been all these years. Everybody knows who he is, and even though I went to Bay High many years ago, we're still proud for him for what he's done at Bay High. And so the first time I ever knew him was when he was at Jeeps, okay? And he went on down east on 11th Street, then turned on Harrison. That's where he stayed forever. I do appreciate it.
Jerry, one thing I like about him, and a lot of people don't know this about it, I've seen it firsthand, he never says a word about it, but he supports all the schools. I've seen him give money to all the schools. I've seen him volunteer time to go to all these different schools to teach them how to kick and how to do certain things. It takes time away from him and his family, but he does it, and he enjoys doing that, helping other people. That's what I love about him. He really is a good person.
Yeah, he is. He really is. But I do appreciate letting me get on this morning, and I just wanted to follow up.
I got to ask you before I let you get off now, did you have a good time? How was the trip, you and your beautiful wife? Did it get rough, or was it okay?
Oh, beautiful. I mean, we came around the Yucatan coming back to Tampa. The further we went north, the slicker it got. It was, not a problem the whole time. So,
wow. That's awesome.
You kind of wonder about when you go, and in a few days we have another, but I'm real concerned about it. But we had a great time. This is the only time I can get my wife away from home and not do anything. And she's always going at 90.
Yeah.
So I said, this is the only time it's total rest, and she sleeps so well while we're on the boat. But we had a good time. And
she's such a sweetheart. She is a good lady.
But, Jerry had his driving skills tested when he was coming back from going through Tampa and places like that.
I guarantee he did. Hey, let me ask you, it's going to get rough out there here in about, a week? I think it's going to be some bad high waves and everything out there, swells.
We were nearer to the Western Caribbean, and we might not have had it very much, but where it's coming is coming from the Atlantic.
Right.
And everything I have seen yesterday and today, it looks as though it's going to turn. It's a little bit more south this morning, but it's going to turn back north and kind of northeast. So we don't need another hurricane.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Just remember this. People don't remember this, but insurance on the school board, we had $100 million. That sounds like a whole bunch. I mean, it is a lot. It is.
Yeah.
Just remember, the damages we had from Hurricane Michael was over $600,000. Okay.
Wow.
And if we had to had the $100 million insurance, and then We have half-cent sales tax, thank God. And then we have gotten money from FEMA, and not as much as we, I don't really know how much right now. We get a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's really difficult dealing with those people.
I guarantee you. Yeah.
We do not need another one. No.
Absolutely.
Pray that it goes away. Yeah.
Amen.
Well, anyway, our doors are open for you anytime. I want you to know that. You come down here anytime you want to. We want you back and come in the studio one day.
Okay, I will. But listen, thanks again, and Coach, just keep your head up, man. I appreciate what you've done in the past, okay?
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it, man.
That's a nice phone call. I appreciate you, buddy. That's nice of you to call in like that.
He visits every school. I mean, I think they all do, but you can see him more than you. He's always around, and he supports everybody. He goes to all these games. I know we've coached from the bench over there a lot of times in the stands watching basketball. He and I.
All right, let's talk about some of our wonderful, outstanding sponsors, and we've got so many. And today's specials, if you're going to eat in town today, there's only one place to eat.
Yep.
That's in the great city of Lynn Haven, and it is Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. The key word there is Lynn Haven Beef O'Brady's. 2 weeks aside for $9.99. Pat Perno, the city commissioner over there, does an incredible job. And does even a better job with that restaurant. He trains them up. They treat you like family. The food's incredible. You'll never get a bad meal. TV's everywhere. You're talking about somebody giving back like you, giving back.
Yep.
I remember all the TV shows we record over there. He opened it up for us, fed everybody. He's just a wonderful man. I love that guy. Get out to Beef O'Brady's today in Lynn Haven, 10 wings inside for $9.99. Now, if you're in Panama City Beach, the legendary J. Michael's restaurant right here on Thomas Drive. You talking about the world-famous J. Michael's spaghetti. Only on Wednesday. It will be packed out lunch and dinner. I'm sure I'll get a phone call. Papa, can you get us some spaghetti this afternoon? I'll go get them some. Get out J. Michael's. If you don't want spaghetti, they got the best seafood, the ice-cold beer, great steaks, burgers, pork chops, you name it. They've got it all. Go check out that restaurant. It's a legendary place, J. Michael's.
There's not a golf tournament in Panama City that Pat Perno has missed, I can tell you.
He's a great man. Hey, real quick, if we're at Lynn Haven, we need jewelry. Where are we going to go, Wildcat? We're already screwed up anyway. Let's keep going.
Well, you got to go to David Adamson Designer Jewelry because they got free jewelry inspection, free jewelry cleaning. If you've got something you want to get made, custom made, one-of-a-kind jewelry made for that someone that you love, go to David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
We'll be right back. Coach Jeremy Brown, head football coach, Bay High School. It is Bay Day, 104.3 at ESPN Northwest Florida.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
The latest Browns hope is Shador. Before then, it was Baker Mayfield, it was Johnny Manziel. At the time they were with the Cleveland Browns, I think neither of them were ready for the stardom and the roller coaster ride that being the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns comes with the way that this guy is.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with wind 13 to 17 miles per hour out of the southwest. A possibility of thunderstorms and mostly clear skies tonight and quite warm near 82. Mostly sunny and a likelihood of thunderstorms and 88 tomorrow. 90 and a chance of thunderstorms Friday. This is your Wednesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Are you feeling tired, weak, or maybe you feel old and cranky? If so, I have the answer. It's Max Fit Sports Nutrition with 2 locations, 23rd Street in the Coronado Plaza and in Pier Park North on Back Beach Road. Max Fit Sports Nutrition has nutritional products and professional dietary plans to get you moving in the right direction. So get off that couch and get to Max Fit Sports Nutrition now. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, where you can try it before you buy it.
This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Master, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Everything you need to know what's going on locally, high school athletics, you can find out right here. We got some of the best coaches in Southeast right here with us. We got a state championship coach. Let me get the rundown real quick when we know what's going on. Monday's Arnold Day. Coach Griff will be on 7:15. Rutherford, Coach Floyd, 7:15. And today is Bay Day, Coach Jeremy Brown. Tomorrow, Mosley Day, 7:15, Coach Witten. And then on Friday, we got Taco Bell, Port St. Joe, Coach Tanner. And then Bozeman Pettis at 7:15. So everything we need to know about high school football right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Let's bring on a state championship coach. He's won one. Yep. Guy knows what he's doing. Coach Jeremy Brown. Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. How y'all doing this morning?
Couldn't be better. I want to thank you for spending time with us. I know you're busy. I want to. This is before we get in. You and Glenn talk to say, but I want to ask a question real quick. I know what it takes to win. You know what it takes to win championships. You got a state championship. Y'all were district champs last year. How did it go this summer? Did the kids take advantage of the opportunity to show up every single day, get bigger, stronger, faster? Talk about the summer program and how it's gone so far in the fall camp.
Yeah, the summer went great. We thought we had a great spring, and the kids really, took advantage of the momentum after the spring game, beating South Walton, and attendance and the commitment level this summer was really, really, really good. We were able to get Kyle Vandergriff and Justin Nyland and Ken Mosley trucking. I was able to get with those guys, and we built about a 30 by 30 yard sand pit out by the practice field, and so we're able to get the kids in the sand and do some training, which was really nice and good, just kind of different for the kids, and so just implemented some new things to try to continue to take the program to the next level, and so we're really excited where how the summer ended and going into the fall.
Yeah, Coach, the thing is, I saw the scrimmage y'all had with the officials against Sneeze. I was really impressed with the way, Sneeze looks good too, but I was really impressed with the way your linemen were working, and you got some studs there. Yeah, we're big up front. Coach Thomas does a great job at Sneeze. Really appreciated him inviting us over for the referee scrimmage. He's got some good-looking kids too, and I think his running back was out against us. He had a little nagging injury, and so he was holding him out for that to get him ready for this week. But the kids play well. Offensive line might be the area that we've kind of grown the most in since the spring. That group did a phenomenal job this summer, getting here every day, getting stronger, and Coach D. Brown, our offensive line coach, has done a phenomenal job working with those guys, and not just the technique, but the scheme part as well, and it's starting to, really starting to come together with that unit. Well, I watched just, I wasn't a line coach, but I watched enough line film. But I tell you what, I really was really excited about your son. He kind of reminds me of Jared Moon a little bit with the footwork and who he picks up and all that stuff. I thought he did a good job, and I thought
how big is
really
he?
Good.
How big is he?
Well, I don't know.
How big is he?
Everybody's bigger than I am.
We took him to UWF this summer for a camp, and they measured him out at 6'4", 257.
Wow.
He's 15 years old. He won't be 16 until May, so he's still got a ways to go. He's young, but man, if you get you start getting comparisons to Jared Moon, and that's pretty special because he was one of the might be the best center to ever come through Panama City.
I heard that he's very athletic, takes after his mother.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt, Coach. He gets his smarts and his athleticism from his mom and his eating habits from his dad.
Yeah, I was going to say about the book learning, as they say.
All right, you're starting the season out. Go back. Let's talk about your coaching staff. Give them some love. Do you got anybody new?
Yeah, I think one of the things that that helped our program maintain some consistency. These first 3 years is we haven't had a lot of coaching turnover. You know what I mean? We've been able to kind of keep the same staff. We brought in Lenoris Footman back in the spring. Been working with our quarterbacks. He played for me at Jefferson County. Coached with me 1 year at Mosley. Played at Alcorn State. Good young football coach. Done a great job with the quarterback. Shifted some guys around. The last 3 years I've been kind of coaching the offensive line, and I stepped away from it this year and turned it over to Darian Brown, who's one of my former players, who's been working with us since we got here, and completely just turned that unit over to him this spring. And he did a remarkable job through the spring and the summer. And then we coached Don Holland, who was my head JV coach the last couple of years. I got Chris Moore back, who played here for us. He's running our JV program. So I moved Coach Holland up, and he's helping coach our defensive backs. And so that's been those little changes have really helped take the program, I think, to another level. We finally got a full staff, and now we got a safeties coach and a corners coach on the defensive side of the ball. And so that's been really productive for us.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I keep seeing Dexter Davenport. Is he there or?
Yeah, man. Dex came in this spring, moved back from Colorado. And Dex is coaching our wide receivers.
Good.
And him and Coach Steele are doing that together, man, and they're doing a phenomenal job.
Well, Coach Davenport had a great coach when he was at Bay High, so I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, he talks about you quite often, Coach.
I tell you what, when we played Mosley and we did that onside kick, that ball bounced high and he went up there and got a rebound, buddy. I'm gonna tell you, I never will forget that.
Yeah, his son's playing for us. His son's playing wide receiver and defensive back, and he's young. He's only a sophomore, but he's extremely athletic. And if he hits that growth spurt like Dex did, man, he's got a chance to be a really good player.
Coach, give us some names. Some of the kids you're counting on. Some of your leaders. Who's doing a good job so far in camp? Who you depend on to lead this football team?
Yeah, I think up front, you start talking about the offensive line. A guy Camden Hurt. The senior, he's been in the program all 4 years, has really matured, gotten stronger, and have shown some great leadership skills. Out at receiver, you got some returning guys, Amari Johnson, Javar Bowden. Those guys, they've all been in the program. This is their 4th year. This is our first, full senior class, and so we're expecting, big things from, those guys. Over on the defensive side of the ball, Bryce Hughes. Bryce has been in the program all 4 years, plays linebacker for us. And then, back in the defensive backfield, Daryl Andrews, who's only going to be a junior, but he's been with us his whole high school career. And he's got a chance to be he's really matured a lot in the off season. And he's going to be a leader for us on defense. And then, both the quarterbacks, John and Zay, they've been in the program. They've done a phenomenal job. And, one of the things we've done with them is, we're still trying to figure out which one of them wants to be the starting quarterback. They're still battling that out, but they've done a great job of when one of them's playing quarterback, the other one to go play slot receiver. They've both been playing some DB, trying to make sure whichever one's not necessarily a quarterback is on the field, because they're two of our best football players as far as just overall football players, and so we want to make sure we keep them on the field and so we can get our best 11 out there. So that's been one of the nice things about having the additions on the coaching staff is now we're able to kind of more eyes, we're able to utilize stuff like that a little bit more.
All right, I can't believe our time is going by so quickly. Make sure you tell all those players you're on every Wednesday, 7:15. It's Bay Day. Real quick before we let you go, all these transfers left here, gone there. Did you lose anybody? Did you pick up anybody? Did you just kind of stay the same?
Yeah, we kind of stayed the same. We didn't lose anybody. We got a couple of Prentice, Grant played for us his 10th grade year. Then he moved to Texas last year. He moved back this summer, so we got him in. We talked about little DJ Davenport moved in from Colorado. And Xavier Footman moved over from Jefferson County. Is playing for us. And then we had a defensive lineman from Daleville, Alabama. I think Coach Boulware helped kind of. He was moving to Panama City, and Coach Boulware sent him over our way. And he plays defensive line. A kid named Braylon Brantley. So, and all four of those guys are going to add some. You know, the three of them are starters, and Braylon's going to definitely add some depth to the D line. So that's going to help us.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for coming on. We will call you every Wednesday, 7:15. Oh, Friday night. How do you feel about Friday?
Actually, it's Thursday night. We go to Niceville tomorrow night and play in the Kickoff Classic. It's always a juggernaut when you go over there. You know, the environment's really electric. So we're excited about taking the kids over there. And, the one thing about playing Niceville is you're not going to get a false sense of security. You know what I mean? I mean, you're going to know just how good you are, and you're going to get exposed in the area that you've got to get fixed. And so that's one of the reasons we continue to play them every year.
Thank you so much, Coach. We'll talk to you next Wednesday. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Right,
Coach Jeremy Brown, head football coach, Bay High School. It is Bay Day. We also got legendary Glenn Manley, Hall of Famer in here. Brian had and Wildcat. Let's talk about some of our wonderful people.
Did you just have a stroke?
It might have been. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. You love Mexican food. Heck, we all do.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, karaoke, and a great place to have birthday parties. They got two great locations, Front Beach Road, 1098 Front Beach Road, and park in the back. And also right here on Thomas, I'm going to keep it at Thomas Drive, sorry. Thomas Drive right
Navy
here.
Boulevard.
Across the street from the Navy base.
I don't like change.
Yeah, I don't. It's Thomas Drive. Sorry. Anyway, you don't screw me up, Wildcat. Max Fish Sports Nutrition. You want to look better, feel better. Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. Listen to Jason. Locals taking care of locals. Try it before you buy it. Every Tuesday, every Friday. People really enjoy listening to Jason. He's highly intelligent. He's also a big guy. Newbies, 4 wonderful locations. John and Charlotte do such a wonderful job with that. Always giving back to the community. Let's make sure we get out and support them. Newbies, too, is a place to go watch all college football games. Head on down to the Mothership and have a wonderful, wonderful time. The legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell. This will be his 26th year. 26 years on Bay County sidelines.
What a great guy he is.
Oh, my God. A legend. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back. Be careful driving. School's back in session. Great job by the teachers, students, administration. We are almost an A district. Unreal. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Thinking about the kicking game when you were talking about it, and the punter is this guy named Blake Dowd, and his transfer school is Colorado School of Mines.
I got my master's from there, and you were so unbelievable.
I know.
Weekday morning 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Harts Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable buildings. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good? Introducing Scorpion TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch 400 local network channels from Panama City and most markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Scorpion TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Star stars, 200-plus entertainment and news networks, or watch thousands of movies on demand, all for just $45 a month when you use the ESPN NW promo code at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Scorpion TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Scorpion TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Scorpion TV logo. Don't forget our promo code ESPNNW.
For everything in the world of golf, it's the Watson Report. Thursdays at 4:20 with Alan Watson from Golf Plus. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's Florida Day, Bay Day and Florida Day. We got Dr. Ward on right now, the legendary Dr. Ward. And then at 8:30, Mark McLeod. Good morning, Doc. How you doing?
Oh, it's a beautiful day. How are y'all doing?
Oh, man, beautiful. School's back in session. Everything is just wonderful. We have finally AP polls out, the coaches polls out. Everything's going crazy. I want to start off. Well, first, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Anything going out there? Did you get your baseball team set? Anything we need to know about in the community?
The baseball team's all set. We had filled all of our positions of need. Got 3 new kids for the roster. Very excited for the fall season. So, all good.
All right.
When do y'all start playing?
I think our first tournament weekend is going to be September 20th.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They should be playing football now.
Now, I know you donate to Florida. Are you considered one of the Bull Gators, or are you just regular Gator?
Oh, I'm at one level below Bull.
Okay.
I'm scholarship club.
Ah, okay. All right.
I saw his picture in Ben Hill Griffin's suite up there. What are you talking about? I knew him. You know, he came. He got me brand new helmets at Lake Wells. We're there. Vince Dooley, myself, we got to get up and talk. I was sitting beside Vince Dooley, his wife. I loved his wife. And he said, the boy wants to change the helmets, and I want to get orange. We used to wear black helmets. I want to get orange bike helmets needed. And guess what? We got enough money to get all brand new bike helmets. He got up and said, we need to help the boy out. I got my new helmets.
There you go.
He was I like that guy. That's back in the 80s. All right, Doc, I want to ask you this. Just throwing this out here, okay? We're just having fun with it. We talked about it yesterday, and we had people going nuts on us. Even at Publix, the guy goes, y'all got to be crazy. I said, you didn't listen to what we said, what Jim Brandt said. But Gruden's out there. He'd love to coach in the SEC. We got Jimbo Fisher wants to get back into coaching. My question to you, if it goes south, which it's not, but if it does go bad this year and they make a change at Florida, would you as a Gator booster ever consider Jimbo Fisher to come back and coach the Florida Gators? He knows the state. He's recruited here. He coached in this state. Would you consider him, or would you consider Gruden a Super Bowl championship coach in Tampa Bay in 2002? Who would you go with?
I'd take Gruden over Fisher just because Jimbo left Florida State in shambles, and I don't want any of Florida State's sloppy seconds.
Hey, record that. Oh,
there's our bumper.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Do you think Jimbo will be considered by any of the schools in the SEC? We got a lot of them that could come open. He coached at Auburn before. He used to be in pretty good shape with some of the big money people at Auburn. Do you see him back in coaching in the SEC in a big-time job, or has he got to go somewhere smaller to move himself back up?
I think Mississippi State would be a perfect fit for him.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have to pay him much. He's getting $7.5 million a year right now.
I guarantee he ain't coming there for charity, though.
Yeah, what do you think? They could give him $5, he'd be right up there with the highest paid coaches.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm all that high on Jim. To me, Jimbo's a perfect fit. If something opened up in West Virginia, kind of back where he's from, that'd be perfect for him. But, I mean, look, I wouldn't say no if it played out that way, because obviously we're going to have a hard time attracting the top-level coaches. We really...
You just don't have much money there.
Mullen had not been a head coach. He was obviously a sought-after OC, and so that was a great hire for us. We got really fortunate with Coach Leach. because he really wanted in the SEC. So could it happen? Maybe. We'll have to see. I'm hoping it's not necessary because we actually turn a corner and maybe go
show some
5-7, 6-6 this year. But
well, Doc, you said something I like. A lot of people that were talking to me about this were like, well, Jimbo's had experience in college, and I think that's important. Gruden's never been a head football coach in college, period.
No, but he had experience in college.
And college is a pro game now.
Yeah, I just think the name, he's on TV all the time. Everybody in the country knows who he is. Who's more attractive, Doc? As if you're an AD out there, you're looking for somebody to brighten, to bring in some spotlight to your program. Would you go with a Jimbo Fisher or would you go with a Gruden?
I think an NFL guy always makes a big splash when they come down to college. So Jimbo doesn't have a lot of shine left on him, but I think Gruden got his name got tossed around. The whole time we were looking for, like when we went with the guy that humped the shark, McElwain. Actually Shanahan's name got thrown out then, but I think Gruden's name got thrown out when we ended up going with Mullen.
Gruden always seems to, Tennessee and Florida. Every time those two come up, his name is always involved.
What would you say about him?
I take him. I would take Gruden because here's the thing. I don't think Napier's going anywhere. I think.
No, I don't either. I think Floyd's
here's
good.
The thing. I would like to see how it turns out at North Carolina with Belichick to see how I'm going to pull that in. But again, if those two are the options I had, I would go with Gruden.
Yeah, and Gruden also strikes me as a guy who would transition to the college game well because he likes to get out there and get fired up and motivate, and he almost has more of a college mindset. I always felt like he was kind of weird being an NFL head coach because he seemed like he had more of that kind of controlling but motivational college background, really, to me. So I think he'd make the transition fairly easily.
And when he walks into your room, everybody knows who he is. These high school kids, they know who he is on TV all the time. He's on all these TV shows. I think he'd be a great.
No, I would think he'd be great at all that, and I mean, his reach is long. He should be able to attract good assistant coaches, and I mean, I think he'd be very good at it. All
right, Doc, I got some questions for you. You ready?
I'm ready.
I hope you studied because this is a test.
4 ranked teams that already should be on upset alert.
Oh God!
Let's start right now with the number 1 team, the Texas Longhorns. Do you realize this is the first time in Texas history they're preseason AP number 1? I didn't know that. That's pretty impressive. I always thought they had been a lot of times, but
I did too. When you go back to Darryl Royal and all that. Yeah,
I thought so. No, it didn't happen. All right, week 1, number 1 Texas versus number 3 if you go by the AP, number 2 if you go by the coaches poll. Texas got to break in a brand new quarterback. Ohio State's breaking another quarterback in also. Both of them have the best talent money can buy. Both of them have huge NIL money. They got everything you need to win a championship, defending national champs. Week 1, Ohio State's actually favored in this ball game. So I don't see how they can call it upset alert. But what do you think, Doc? Do they got this right? Does Texas go down?
Remind me that the game's in Austin, right?
No, the game's in Columbus.
Oh, man, they need to be on upset alert because, I mean, Ohio State's good. I mean, they got talent at every position. It's going to be a really tough game for Arch Manning to try to go to Columbus, and that's going to be a very hostile environment. That's a rough one.
They got, in my opinion, Ohio State's got the 2 best players in the country. Best offensive player, maybe the best player in college football. That Smith kid, the receivers are freak. 6'4.5", 230, can run like a deer. And then Downs, the best defensive back we might have ever had, started as a true freshman and day 1 at Alabama. I like Texas. I like Texas to be upset. I kind of think Ohio State's going to win that ball game. I do. All right, the second game. And he has not won an opening game yet. But here we go. Clemson, number 4 AP versus number 9 LSU. Clemson should be on the upset alert. Kelly is 0-3 at LSU. And matter of fact, last 5 seasons, Mississippi State 44, LSU 34. UCLA 38, LSU 27. FSU 24, LSU 23. LSU 24, FSU 45. And then last year, USC 27, LSU 20. 0-5 the last 5 games. Should Clemson be on the upset, ranked number 4 at home versus LSU?
Yeah, you know, I got to go with history repeating itself until Brian Kelly and LSU proves they can win a tough opening game. I think Clemson is the favorite. They're playing that at a neutral site.
No, it's at Clemson.
Yeah, dude, that's going to be a tough one for LSU. And man, I hope they take it hard because a couple weeks later they got to play my Florida Gators at Baton Rouge. So actually, dude, I hate to like kind of say this, but I think I'm rooting against the SEC in these first 2 games.
Doc, that's sacrilegious. You can't do that.
This guy.
Come on, man. SEC.
Let me
SEC.
When are you going to know?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold your horses. Now, we got to go. Hey, Doc, real quick, give us where are you located, and what can we do to prevent skin cancer?
Okay, the most important thing you can do to prevent skin cancer is to protect your skin from ultraviolet radiation. The worst form of UV radiation is tanning beds, so don't even think about getting in them. But then the Florida sun right now is definitely can cause some harm too, so wear your sunscreen protective clothing so you don't get burned. But if you do have something that you're concerned about, give us a holler, 233-3376. We'll check you out at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Watersound, Santa Rosa Beach, Defuniak Springs, Bonifay, or Mariana.
We get back, we'll finish up with this and talk to Dr. Ward about the Florida Gators. You're listening live, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're right back. Hey, you being mean.
Wanted to reach out and smack someone?
Sit your ass down and shut up!
Call or text the Afternoon Underdogs on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida with your rants, hot takes, picks, and takedowns.
This is unacceptable at the University of Alabama!
This should go 7 games. You've got to have a bad game at some point.
The Red 70s studio line, 850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida. Get in the game.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with wind 13 to 17 miles per hour out of the southwest. A possibility of thunderstorms and mostly clear skies tonight and quite warm near 82. Mostly sunny and a likelihood of thunderstorms and 88 tomorrow. 90 and a chance of thunderstorms Friday. This is your Wednesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Don't just stand there. Everything you need to turn $1 into an epic win is in your hand. Hard Rock Bet. Bet it, parlay it, boost it. However you want to do it. From wherever you are to the moon. Bet anytime a line, prop, or parlay catches your eye. And withdraw cash when you want it. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. New players bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red royals, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, and great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
He doesn't always go the extra mile. But when he does, it's because he missed the exit. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We're back live. J. Michael Studios with the legendary Dr. Ward. I tell you what, he's operated me twice. The guy is incredible. If you have any problems, if it doesn't look right, feel right, there's offices throughout Northwest Florida. Call, make an appointment. The guy does an incredible job. I want to get through this real quick because I got some other questions for Dr. Ward. Dr. Ward, they named four teams on upset alert. I'm not sure they should be on or not. Number 6, Notre Dame's on the road at Miami. We all know that Miami has Georgia's quarterback Beck. He's supposed to be healthy. He's supposed to be the real deal. They got a lot of good players at Notre Dame. They got a lot of good players at Miami. This should be an exciting game. It should be close. But would you put Notre Dame on upset alert over Miami? Jason Kovaleski says Miami's the real deal. I got to see it to believe it. Should Notre Dame be on upset alert? Seriously.
I do not believe in Carson Beck. I just don't like the kid. I think Notre Dame showed that they have come a long way. I love their coach. I love their team. I don't see Miami beat Notre Dame.
All right, you might agree with this one too, with me on this. South Carolina's a very good football team. I think Beamer does a really good job. The quarterback's going to be really good. I think he's good right now. They got a stud edge player over there. They got good ball players at South Carolina. They're supposed to have one of the better teams they've had in a long time. They're number 13th ranked team in the country. They're going to play Virginia Tech, and I want to say that game's in Atlanta. I'm not sure where the game's played, to be honest with you. They expect this to, Virginia Tech expect to be really good. They're in the ACC. Should South Carolina be on the upset alert? I'm going to say no. I think South Carolina takes care of business. What do you think?
No, I think South Carolina ended last season well. They got their quarterback coming back. I like continuity at the quarterback position. I think South Carolina, if they do stumble, it'll be toward the end of the season when other teams catch up with them, not at the beginning of the season.
All right, Doc, before we get into this bucket list, I want to see if you agree with this and what your bucket list would be. But did anything shock you when the AP poll, anything you liked, did not like that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I think Penn State at 2 is overvalued. James Franklin, they've gotten there. They've done well in the Big Ten, but they just can't get over the hump. I just don't, they might make the playoffs, but I think they're more of a lower in the top 10 kind of team. Illinois at number 12 and Arizona State at number 11. Really? I'm like no. Those teams have no business being up that high. And then I think SMU probably they didn't play anybody last year.
Uh-oh.
You all right?
I think he got cut up.
Arizona State alum done cut that line.
Something happened.
He got.
The FSU fan hit him, I think.
No, I dropped him earlier, but this one I wasn't even in the room.
There's the problem.
You go.
We blame it on you.
I know.
I was getting you water.
Call him back.
Ratted yourself out.
No,
could you go get me a donut while you're at it?
Yeah.
No, try to call him back so we can get him back. I don't know what happened. I think it was on his end. He probably hit the.
No, I think you're right. I think the Florida State, he keeps giving out where all these locations are every week.
Yeah.
I think an FSU fan finally went out and found one. Which one? They hit their 1 in 8 chance,
I'd be scared to walk in Jay Michaels on Wednesday with him. I think he might. I think I'll let him go by himself. Hey, Doc, I got to go outside. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Just got to push him in there. And
Doc, that one was on you if you're listening on the radio.
Call us back if you can. I hope he's okay.
I did.
I think we got him.
That's crazy.
How do they say it?
Well, I mean, while we're waiting, which one do you think is the most likely to get upset?
Those?
Yeah.
The number 1 team in the country, Texas.
Yeah.
And then I would say the next one I would probably play Clemson.
Doc's back.
We got him back? Okay, let's get him back. All right, Doc. I like what you're saying. I agree with everything you said there. The SEC dominated. It is the best conference top to bottom in the country. I do take my hat off to the top end of the Big Ten, and they might have 3 years in a row win a national championship. SEC had 10 teams in the top 25. The Big Ten had 6, Big 12 4, and the ACC had 3. Go ahead and finish up what else you had to say.
Yeah, I was just saying SMU at 16, they're getting credit for beating no one last year. Literally no big win at all. So I think they're overrated too.
Well, there you go. You get rewarded for wins. You get penalized for losses. Strength of schedule I don't believe it matters. I swear, Saban said it. If he said it, it's got to be true. I think that needs to be changed. And I'll tell you this right now. If I'm the SEC commissioner, and I know these football coaches don't want to go to 9, do not go to 9 games. Look at the ratings. Look at how many people we put in the NFL. It's brutal down here. It's enough. 8 games is enough. Do I think it'll go to 9 because of the push for TV money? Probably. But I would keep it at 8, and I think we'll be fine. Don't let the Big Ten tell us what to do. Hear that, Buckeye boys? Anyway. All right, Doc. This is the 10. I added one. I added one to this list. There were 10. And see if what you think, is this on your 10? Here's the number 1.
What is the list? 10
bucket list. Here we go. You got to do this if you're a college football fan. Have to attend a whiteout game at Penn State. I agree. I'd like to see that. I've heard about it. I kind of like to see that. Is that on your bucket list, Coach?
Yeah, I'd like to go to Penn State. Yeah.
Okay. Another one. Oklahoma, Texas, Red River. They split 50-50, the World's Fair, the old stadium. They've upgraded somewhat. I would love to do that. So I think that should be on your bucket list. What say you?
Agree.
All right. The Iron Bowl. Not only just the Iron Bowl, but the Iron Bowl at Auburn when Auburn's good. It's nothing you've experienced. It's unbelievable. I've been there when they've been really good, and they've beaten Bama when they've both been ranked high. And the first game ever played there was unbelievable. Ed Strickland got beat up. That was very enjoyable for me. But the Iron Bowl at Auburn, would that be on your bucket list, Doc?
That'd be number 1. That for me, for college football, nothing would be better than going to see the Iron Bowl in Auburn.
All right. The next one, Ohio State, Michigan. But not in Columbus. You got to go to the Big House. Over 110,000 people there. It's dug down in the ground. It's a bowl in the ground. The noise kind of leaves. It goes up. I don't know how loud it is, but that would be pretty cool to be in a crowd of 100-something thousand. I would say yes. I agree with that one. Do you?
Always worthwhile to see the Buckeyes lose. So yes.
This is definitely what I want to see. I've never been there. I want to do it. I think you have. Saturday night in Baton Rouge, a home game at night, LSU, a big game at night. Have you been to one, Doc?
I went to one while I was a college student, and I'll be going to one this year.
Ooh, all right. Is it worth the high? Is it like they say it is?
For sure, and this time I'll be going with LSU people, so I'll get to enjoy the full experience with the Cajun setup and the tailgating and all that. So,
without the fear of murder.
Wear a plain white shirt.
Correct.
Hey, I can't wait. That's going to be a fun trip for us. Yes, that'd be great.
Listen to this.
All right, the next one. Tennis, Brian's not going to agree with this.
Nope.
I've always wanted to go to, John Johnson was supposed to take me. He's passed away, so I took him to Tuscaloosa, and we never made it to Knoxville. Going to Tennessee, big home game at Tennessee, and listen to Rocky Top at Tennessee.
Gross.
Would that be on your bucket list?
You know, I went to Neyland Stadium when I was in college, and I thought that I would, get that experience. But because Florida was beating them 35-0 at halftime, I never got to hear Rocky Top.
That's a wonderful thing. See, that's on. Turn that off. I'll walk out. See, that's on my bucket list, but that's on a list of things that would make me kick the bucket.
Should we take that one off?
God
Can we take
yes.
that one off? No, I'd like to see it. All right, the next one, I would take this off. There's no disrespect for them. I'm just not a big fan of that. I'm just not a big fan. Virginia Tech witnessing the Enter the Sandman. I know it's supposed to be pretty awesome, but that just doesn't turn me on. I saw it on TV. It looks cool, but that would be in my top 10. Would that be in your list? It could be for you guys.
I put Blacksburg, Virginia right up there with Starkville, Mississippi, and places I'm excited to go to.
Yeah.
So clearly, Doc
I know what you mean.
Blacksburg.
I know what you mean. I can't say much right now, but I will later. All right, the next one, and I've witnessed this. used to play there, and back then it was a small stadium, but it should be on your list if you're a true college fan, witnessing the chomp at Florida State when they're rolling, when they're really good. Doc, you got to remember, you got a lot of people listening to you, like on Jay Michaels. Would that be on a true college football fan's bucket list to go to Tallahassee and witness the chop?
Yeah, I'm going to take my own bias out of it, and yes, it would be on a true college football fan's bucket list.
Good job.
But it's on my kick the bucket list.
Doc and I started a new list.
The thing about that, Doc, would be, you got the chop on one side, and then you got the gator chomp on the other side. So that'd be pretty good to watch that. I have to film all that.
I can say there's a glaring one missing.
When I go to the Braves game, I cannot bring myself to participate in even the Braves.
Well, I understand.
All right, we got to go.
There's a glaring omission on this list.
We got a couple more. Got to get through them. West Virginia. Here's another one. I'll just be honest with you. I'm a true college fan, but this one doesn't excite me. West Virginia, listen, Country Road, Take Me Home. So, I don't know. Anybody that throw you? I love the song, but I don't.
Take Me Home to 6 and 6. No,
the next one would be South Carolina, and I had Jeremy Hester tell me, Coach, that's one of the loudest stadiums I've ever been in. Sandman, towel waving. I would like to.
Well, they do the 2001.
Yeah. Would you want to see that, Doc? Should that be in the top though of college football?
Probably not. Probably not in the top for me. No, I mean they're just not historically competing for championships.
Yeah. Now I added this one. Because I think it's cool. It didn't make the top 10, but I added it. Florida, I won't back down in Gainesville. That is cool when they do that, I think. Doc, shouldn't that be on there?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. It's super cool. It's probably the best new tradition we've had in the last 10 years. And I mean, hey, Tom Petty.
Can't go wrong.
For little moments, the jump around is cool at Wisconsin, but the glaring omission on this list to me, and it would be my number one, even though I've never been to an Iron Bowl, this would be my number one. Going to an Army-Navy game. To me, that would be, and as much as I hate to admit it, I think everybody needs to have on their bucket list going to a game at Notre Dame. Something about that stadium.
To me, I want to go there.
Just the tradition of Notre Dame going there.
The seats are not very comfortable, I can tell you.
Nothing with USC was on there. I'd say maybe
seeing the Rose Bowl was really cool, and I enjoyed the game there. Yeah. But I've done that one.
Old stadium.
No, it's neat. Look,
Doc, have you been out there? Have you been to the Rose Bowl?
I have not been to the Rose Bowl.
All right. Hey, we got to go. Give us some love. Tell us how we get up. Where are you located?
Give us a holler at 233-3376. You can see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Panama City Beach, Port St. Joe, Watersound, Santa Rosa Beach, Zuniac Springs, Bonifay, or Mariana. 5 minutes is all it takes to get looked at head to toe and make sure your skin is healthy and cancer-free.
And I will say this, if you got an issue and you have to be operated on, I know for a fact this is a guy you want to go to. I was operated down Southwest Florida, and I felt like they were sticking me every other second. Well, actually every other 3 hours, I had to sit out there and wait all day. But they do it right. Dr. Ward does it right, no doubt about that. Doc, we love you. We'll talk to you next Wednesday. Thank you, sir.
See you guys.
All right, buddy.
All right, we get back. We got a phone call at 8 o'clock today, so I'll do my Alabama update after our phone call.
No, we won't. It's 8:30.
Okay.
And then we're going to have a phone call
at
8:15 from a special guest.
8:15?
Yeah. Because I know that it's senseless to try and call you during the Alabama update.
Well, I'll let him. This guy will. Okay. But whatever you want me to do.
He's listening, so
okay.
He might do
if you're listening, call at 8 if you'd like. Thank you for sharing that. Let's talk about some of our great people. Stevenson Air Conditioning. I'll talk about more of them in just a second. But if you got an air problem, your house not getting cool, your power bill's going through the roof, you're wasting your money, man. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Go with locals. Go with a local company, the number one company around. That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason graduated from Mosley High School, started a family business. That truck's everywhere because they're that good.
You have a problem, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Locals taking care of locals. And also Steve's Bike Shop. You talking about local. No one gets local more than that. They've been in business since 1979. He coaches at Mosley High School. Swim team over there does a great job. And Leighton Bell wants a new bike. Guess where I'll be going? Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street. Go check it out.
Wear a helmet.
You'll be glad you wear a helmet, get your electrical bike. If you're older, don't get one if you're a kid, though. Also, you're looking for a new roof. Vandy Roofing. Nobody does a better job than that legendary family. Kyle Vanderroof does an incredible job. It's not just roofing. Now, they'll do anything. General contracting, they design it, they build it, commercial, residential. They're number one at what they do. Again, local companies, local people. His dad, mom are legendary people around here, and so is he. You want your yard to look like a golf course like Glenn Manley's? Yes, we do. We don't have Manley money, but we can have a Manley yard. All we got to do is call Turf Pro Pest Control. Patrick will come out. Your yard will look beautiful. You got bugs going inside your house, just can't seem to get them off. Well, he can make them go away forever. Call Patrick, Turf Pro Pest Control. They can do it all. And he's local, too. So should you. If you're listening, maybe you're local. I think you would be, wouldn't you? We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. God. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Right back.
The game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with wind 13 to 17 miles per hour out of the southwest. A possibility of thunderstorms and mostly clear skies tonight and quite warm near 82. Mostly sunny and a likelihood of thunderstorms and 88 tomorrow. 90 and a chance of thunderstorms Friday. This is your Wednesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
WGSX Lynn Haven, W Field, Q Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida. The number one SEC call-in show is now twice as big. It's double the Paul Feinbaum Show. Weeknights starting at 6.
Okay, but also go faster.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Time. Whoa. Alabama update right by Stevenson Air Conditioning. I just bragged on the guy a minute ago. Graduated from Mosley High School. They start a family business. People that take a lot of pride in what they do. They do things correctly. And they don't try to steal everything out of your back pocket. They're one of the most honest people I've ever dealt with. Matter of fact, the most honest guy I've dealt with. If you're not going with Stevenson Air Conditioning, you're doing the wrong thing. Believe me. You've got an old one. It just runs. It never works correctly. It's getting really up there in age. You need to get rid of it. Go ahead and bite the bullet. Go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. They'll come in, replace everything. It's going to save you money every single month on your power bill. And over a period of time, it's going to pay for itself. That is local. That is Stevenson Air Conditioning. Ty Simpson, now named the starting quarterback of the University of Alabama. The former 5-star, one of the highly recruited kids in the country. What I love about him, Brian, And Glenn, he waited his turn. He didn't transfer out. He didn't go take money to go play for a Vandy or somewhere else. He could have gone to a lot of different places, but he stayed. He put his time in. He put the work in, put the effort into it. Now the 5-star will be starting at the University of Alabama. He's 22 years old. I think this is incredible. I'm glad he did this. I hope he has a great year. I wish more players would stay and fight through the adversity instead of tucking their tails, taking their ball, and going somewhere else. He's been at Alabama since January 2022. He's 22 years old. He's mature. He's got good legs. He's got a good arm. They say he's doing a great job delivering the football where it needs to be. He doesn't sit around, bounce around, and hold the ball. Gets rid of the football, recovers really well. I think it's a big improvement in the passing game for Alabama. He can't run like Milroe, but he's improved his passing game big time. I think this is good. I actually think with our new offensive coordinator, you're going to see a traditional offense where the running backs run the ball, the quarterback drop backs and throws, kind of a pro-type passing attack to some of the best receivers in all of college football. And they got a lot more than just one up there at Alabama. Offensive line, there's our All-American 6'7", 360-pound All-American left tackle is a stud. We're going to be able to run it. We're going to be able to throw it. We're going to be able to protect people. I will go finish up with this in a minute because we have a phone call. What? Anyway, I'll go back to my Alabama update. I feel really happy for Ty Simpson that he stayed there and got to play. He's going to get to play now. What do you guys think about somebody who actually stays around and does this now?
That's rare.
Well, I've made the comparison. It's probably unfair this early, but it's very, very similar to Mac Jones.
Yeah, it is.
Same thing. Highly touted, but waited his turn, got the chance. The year he was supposed to be the starter, you've got the big, highly heralded freshman. Mac had it with Bryce Young. Remember, going into that year, all we had seen Mac do is throw 2 picks in the Iron Bowl, and everybody said the freshman should start. They're saying it about Russell. I think it could be very similar, and, Mac just had a banner year. Now, granted, he had probably one of the best teams in college football history around him. So I think Simpson, honestly, I think he's going to have a great year. I think he'll be the starter the whole year.
And I had said that, I think back in spring practice, you could probably see Simpson start the season out, and if things don't go right, you're going to see a freshman who's got unbelievable talent set that you don't see.
Could be. I mean, don't forget about Austin Mack either.
He's good, too.
They like him.
Their quarterbacks are good.
Here's the thing, though. If something doesn't go right, you can't start yanking people in and out because then they don't have any confidence.
Right.
But you got some of those things they have to work out because they have to see it for experience because, as you well know, it's a lot faster during the game than it is during practice.
Exactly.
And the receivers, the adrenaline flowing and everything. So,
All right.
Anyway.
Let's take this call.
You've stalled long enough.
I hope he hung up. Hello, sir. Who is this?
Go with Tracy there. Everyone else back in the Live Like Drew. Hey, listen, I make this show. Without me, you'd be nothing. Anyway.
Spoken like a true Michigan player.
Wolverine. This is your Michigan update.
Man. Yeah. And also, you should call your show the MSONC because you're like the MSDNC with all your Buckeye stupid propaganda. They're not even picked to finish first in the Big Ten. Penn State is and all that. But you got to placate to your sponsors to keep your money coming in. So you got to placate to the Buckeye sourpuss.
Why do you let those two intimidate you? You don't call when they're on.
Said you were for sale.
He's intimidated by those guys. He won't call them and say it.
No, I will. I'll tell them that to their face.
Call them Friday. You call Friday.
Boy, Superfly Snooker cry and pout and sob and all that. I'll do it all day. But I call in when I'm up early, when I'm taking the kids to school or something like that. Otherwise, I'm sleeping in because my life does not revolve around the Coach James Hale show schedule 7 to 9.
What?
Sorry.
It should.
Sleep, boy, you sleep. You're going to sleep when you die. You guys got to do things while you're awake.
There were 7 contradictions in that one sentence.
I know.
When I croak, I'll be in heaven, so I'll be up 24/7, by the way.
Okay.
Anyway.
Don't call from up there.
Oh, by the way, Brian, hey, Brian, I'll be in there this weekend. Every time I have time to come up there, it's after 6 and you guys are closed.
No worries, man. No worries.
And all that. So,
gotcha.
Anyway, so I got a story.
An
SEC story.
Doc story?
No, it's a cool story. So Deanna bought a swing from one of our neighbors. I picked it up yesterday, and he's from Nashville, and he's retired in radio and TV, but he went to a lot of Kentucky basketball games when Coach Hale was the coach, right? And Smitty, this is for you, Wildcat.
I'm listening.
So anyway,
Shut up,
hey,
Coach.
don't yawn on me, Coach Hale. Get out of here with that crap.
That was Glenn.
No way.
No, that was you. I see the replay on YouTube on all your stuff, like get me out of here, get me out. So I see exactly what you do.
So anyway, back to the Kentucky game.
So one of the ushers goes to my neighbor and his grandsons or his sons and say, "Hey, here's 2 balls for you. Wait for after the game, and Coach Cal will sign them." I'm like, there is no way at Rupp Arena, Coach Cal's going to come back out after the game and all that. So his sons are like, "Oh, we'll do it. Let's just see if he's telling the truth," because they thought they were getting played. So they wait till after the game, and they go down to the front row of the court at Rupp Arena. Next thing you know, 200-300 fans are doing the same thing. After every home game, Coach Hale, after his post-game interview, he would go and meet the fans and sign those Kentucky signed basketballs. I thought that was a really cool story, man. Coach Hale did that. And he did that after every Kentucky home basketball.
And that's why they stood behind him for as long as they did.
Yeah, but
even though he kind of
ordinary people don't see that on TV and everything, so they just think, "Oh, he got paid and that's it."
Yeah,
so,
but I mean, that was really cool for him to do that, and he signed like 200-300 after every home game. I mean, that's at least an hour, 2 hours, and he asked like, "What's your name?" all that stuff. I mean, that really brightened my heart, man, when I heard that story yesterday talking to my neighbor. So that was good. Anyway, so
he interrupted the Alabama update for that story,
and now it's over.
Are you
Thank
kidding?
goodness.
The only reason you let him do that, or let him do that, is
because he had a Kentucky story. That's right.
Because I run your show, Coach. I run your show.
You've been conspired
We appreciate
against.
the phone call, the people's caller himself. We love you. Are you feeling pretty good?
What's that?
Are you feeling pretty good?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm tired, but that's the new normal. But I'm going to work and all that, so it's good.
Yeah. Well, if you have a problem, call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Anytime, day or night, they're there for you. Also, if you get injured, the legendary Dr. Chad Mitchell, we got a guy on our phone right now. He knows how great Chad Mitchell is. If your son is playing sports and he gets injured, or if you fall and get hurt, make sure you call and go with the legendary Dr. Chad Mitchell. This will be his 26 years on Bay County sidelines. We get back, we're going to split it up and do a little bit of FSU, a little bit of Auburn, maybe get another phone call, I hope. 104.3, I hope it's not Michigan Eddie, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Read the headlines. You've seen the highlights.
Highway robbery!
But how about the unfiltered truth?
Steroid era, you can like it, love it, hate it, whatever. It's a baseball.
Since 2017, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has been the undisputed leader for sports coverage on the Panhandle. If it matters in sports, it matters to us, and it matters to you. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with wind 13 to 17 miles per hour out of the southwest. A possibility of thunderstorms and mostly clear skies tonight and quite warm near 82. Mostly sunny and a likelihood of thunderstorms and 88 tomorrow. 90 and a chance of thunderstorms Friday. This is your Wednesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorrento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan And from Bill Bird Kia, performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
You don't know what his problem is. But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle, hey, Martha Kinney, Jane, Jenna, Steve, Elizabeth, all you Auburn Tigers out there, War Eagle. I really think you can see everything, all the negative things about the Auburn Tigers, and you're starting to hear some positive things left and right. I think Auburn's going to be fine. I think they're going to surprise. I think they're one of the surprise teams. There's no doubt about that. But Glenn,
Glenn gave me your.
If you want to have a great meal today,
wanted to make sure I got you on there.
You got that mic potted up there, big boy.
Wait a minute. Let's listen to the other show. Let's stop and listen to the other show for a second. Get out to Beef O'Brace in Lynn Haven. Have a great meal today. Pat Perno does a wonderful job. Beef O'Brace, Lynn Haven.
What's going on? You heard my microphone?
Yes.
I answered the phone.
Yeah, we can hear you now, too.
Do we have him?
Yeah.
We got this. Let's take this phone call. Good morning, sir. Who's calling?
What's up, Coach? Kyle Vandergrift.
Kyle Vandergrift.
The Vandy legend.
What's up, Big Daddy? You'd have known that.
Man, I just wanted to call in, say hey, see how things are going. Obviously, we got some upsetting news today, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on it because, I don't care what anybody thinks. So I'm going to start off by saying how disheartened I am on the vote from the school board. And, Coach Manley, I want to tell you something. You're on my Mount Rushmore of people that have influenced my life. And I wouldn't be who I am today without you guiding me, beating me down but building me up. And the fact that things went down the way they did yesterday, I'm completely disgusted by it. So, Coach, I want to tell you, but listen, you can't, Justin and I talked about it. In regards to a shark's going to be a shark, a fish going to be a fish, stupid people are going to be stupid people. I get it. But with God's grace, I know for a fact that you have a special place in my heart and my family's heart, and I just want to appreciate you and tell you how much I love you and how much you mean to me and my family.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. So, the Vandergrift family and I, we kicked that ball around a little bit, haven't we?
Yeah, that's for sure. And I'll tell you one thing. My brother is right there with me. Him and I have had many, many different conversations over the years about, stories that we've had and when you're directing us. And, everybody kind of falls off track. That's just human behavior. But, one of the things about you is you're able to identify how to pick guys back up and put them back on track, just like you did with me. Believe me, I was no peach. So
we did have a couple of struggles, didn't we?
I just had a text and it said, "What happened?" Kyle, you want to explain what happened?
So they in regards to the school board vote with I believe it was the practice field, right, Coach?
That's correct.
Yeah. So and on the Local Sports Podcast, we actually did it live from Coach Glenn Manley practice field for the spring football game. Justin and I we had Banshee Bamadelli from the News Herald, and we actually called the red and white game. It was a fun time, and we were jokingly, calling it Coach Glenn Manley Field, and to me it will be, and that's the way I'm going to address it. But I hate that Coach Chester, voted the way he did. Chris Moore and but I can't say too much because I have ongoing contracts with the school board, with TK Vandy.
Right.
And so I've got to walk a delicate line here. But I'm just very disheartened on how the school board voted. And Coach, you are a staple in the community. I don't know how many kids' lives you affected. It's probably 10,000 kids over the years. I know even Dad still talks about times where y'all coached together at Jinx and why he
baseball.
Yeah, I mean, just all that good stuff over the last 40 years and everything that you've dedicated to the community. I don't think there's been many people that have done that and affected, people that have gone off and then come back. I went off for 18 years and worked on the road, and then I came back and kind of started my thing here. So, wanting to come back and serve the community and do kind of what we're doing now with Local Sports Podcast and Unsanctioned Footprints and TK Vandy, it's all because of people like you. So, Coach, you're on my Mount Rushmore.
Well, I appreciate those kind words, and your whole family has been great to me. So, and I appreciate it. It's just one of those things, and they make tough decisions, and I guess that's what they decided to do.
It's crazy to me when people are talking about, well, you don't really name stuff till people have passed and died and all that stuff, and it's like, okay, all right, so your name's on a building right down the road, bro. I just, and I get how the Chapmans have, and that was pre-mortem and post-mortem and all that stuff as well. So it's not like there's a precedent, and that I find that quite curious. So
the Chapmans have given a lot to many, many schools and a lot in the community. So I understand that. So
yeah,
and then I think to Tommy Oliver Stadium is the only thing in this county, I could be wrong, that's named after a player. He played at Bay and then he was in the war and he gave his life for the country. So I can understand that. And the serious part about this, we're not talking about changing Bay High to Glen Manley High. We're not talking about changing Tommy Oliver Stadium or any of the other parks. It just baffles me. But you know what? Go
ahead and explain what happened, because I got people texting like, "What is he talking about?" They were going to name what the field,
practice field,
and what the practice field.
And you can't even see it from Tommy Oliver Stadium. Matter of fact, if you don't walk across that bridge, you can't see it. Yeah.
And it got voted down.
The way it happened, I really don't want to get on. The way it happened was the superintendent has the right to mark anything off of the agenda, and so the first one he marked off was naming of the facility, which was me. Then they marked off a couple other things. So what they have to do is then you have to have a motion brought up that they want to take things off the agenda. So one school board member said, I have a motion. Another school board member seconded it, so they were going to take it off the thing, so which put me dead in the water. And then they came back and said, well, we can vote to put it back on the agenda. So two of them, which we've talked about this morning, said yes, and then the other three said no. And so it wasn't put on the agenda, so that was it. And so, I was really kind of disheartened. I was really embarrassed because, this has been an ongoing thing for a couple of years between the superintendent, his policies and everything. So otherwise, being a superintendent, doing a great job, but I just don't know why this is the hill we had to stand on. So it's really, the more I think about it, it's kind of disheartening, and I think it just shows that if no matter what you do, there's just certain policies you have to follow. So, anyway, I appreciate all those kind words, and I enjoy working with people who want to do the things that we ask them to do. So I appreciate you for that. And you.
Well, I don't know of another man that's done as much for Bay High as you have done. and even coming back and somewhat out of retirement to get back in and kind of handle the thing. It's funny. Coach Brown was talking about earlier, the sandbox that we built, that we helped those guys build out there on the practice field. And you know what? I built that with Justin, me and him. So we're going to get a plaque and we're going to put it on that the agility box, and there ain't nobody can take that off.
Sad man.
So,
I like that. Hey, Kyle, let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
If you're looking for a roof, you know anybody we can call?
I'm thinking you could give me a shout. We'll help you out. Give us a call, 866-9908, or visit us at tkvandy.com. And also, you can hear me every Friday on ESPN Radio, Coach James Hale Show, and listen to us with the Local Sports Podcast. You can find us on Spotify and Buzzsprout, as well as Apple Podcasts. We cover all the high school sports in depth. We just released Season 2, Episode 1 with all the coaches. It's really great.
It is. It's good. I've listened to it, yeah.
Well, listen.
I really appreciate you, Coach Hale.
I love you, brother. We got to take a break, and we will see you Friday.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the call. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Kyle.
All right. Love you, Coach.
Thank you.
That's awesome, man. Awesome. Oh, let's talk about some of our wonderful people. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Love Pat Perno. One city commissioner, does a great job.
He does.
Restaurant's incredible. Hey, jewelry. I tell you, Rust, Amber, they're so wonderful. Where do they work at?
David Adamson, Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
Dr. Ward, love him every Wednesday, 7:30 right here, ESPN Northwest Florida. 5 minutes can save your life. Office throughout the Panhandle, Florida. And the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant, the world-famous J. Michael's Spaghetti, only on Wednesday. Go check it out. We'll be there today. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Newbies, 4 great locations. Get out, Newbies, have a great time. Newbies 2 on the Curve, the place to watch all these college football games. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State.
Woo!
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Full of noise. One name cuts through it all.
Amplify AI.
We help HVAC, plumbing, and home service pros get found fast. More leads, more calls, more results. This ain't just marketing. It's AI-powered performance.
Amplify AI.
Hear the roar.
Call Lee at 850-299-1269. Amplify AI.
That bear ain't just for show.
Mom and Dad, another school year will soon be here. Students have been dressing in style and comfort for over 50 years shopping that boot store with the widest selections and lowest prices on brand name clothing, boots, and shoes with the friendliest staff. Why shop anyplace else? That boot store, open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5, Friday and Saturday, 9 till 5:30, next to Bill Bird Kia, 15th Street, Panama City. That boot store, where God is good all the time.
Great design is timeless, and that's why Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves offers a stunning selection of vintage, antique, estate jewelry on sale now at 40% off. Exquisite Victorian rings, Art Deco diamond brooches, Georgian and Art Deco bracelets, earrings, and pendants. These one-of-a-kind pieces add personality to any ensemble, and now at 40% off. Find your timeless treasure at Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves.
Better buckle up, Buttercup. There are no participation trophies here, just pure sports. The Coach James Hale Show live from the J. Michael Studios.
Gen Z snowflakes.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
When you got 90,000 people all chomping at the same time.
It's the Florida Gator Update with guest Mark McLeod in insider information you can't get anywhere else. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! What am I wearing today for Mark McLeod?
Got your Gator shirt.
I got my Gator shirt on. The legendary Mark McLeod on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Everything you need to know about the Florida Gators, you can learn right here every Wednesday, 8:30 with Mark McLeod. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Coach. Good to be on with you guys.
Thank you so much for sharing time with us. We certainly appreciate it. It definitely helps us. There's no doubt about that. People around here enjoy listening to you. Mark, what did you think about the AP poll? Did you see some things that stood out, or some you liked, things you didn't like?
You know, I think it was pretty much what we all expected, especially based on earlier polls, based on the magazines, be it Phil Steele or Pick Six Previews or some of the others that you've seen out there. So really no surprises there. I think it was about what we all would have thought.
All right, a couple things with you. What is going? Well, let me get into this. Then I'll ask you more about what's going on in practice and things like that. But right now, I want your opinion on this. Florida Gators, first time they've been ranked in AP preseason top 25 in 4 years. That's hard to believe. I kind of forgot about that. This is who Florida plays this year. Number 1, Texas. Number 5, Georgia. Number 9, LSU. Number 19, Texas A&M. Number 21, Ole Miss. Number 24, Tennessee. That's 6 teams in the top 25. Yet, we had a guy named James Parker. He works for SI. He ranked the toughest schedules in college football. The number 1, according to him, and I don't know what criteria he used to come up with this. I think it's flawed, whatever he did.
It's a dartboard. He just throws it.
Yeah. Number 1, Arkansas. Yeah, they got a tough schedule, no doubt. Number 2, Kentucky. Number 3, Mississippi State. Tied with Wisconsin. Number 5, Syracuse. Number 6, TCU in the Big 12. Number 7, Rutgers. Number 8, Oklahoma. Number 9, South Carolina. Number 10, Iowa State. Number 11, LSU. And then it goes to, then I just got tired, got upset, so I just wrote down these other ones. 19, Texas A&M. Auburn, 21. Ohio State's 28th. But the Florida Gators, 29th toughest schedule.
Golly.
How does he get a job at SI? How could you come up with something like this?
Well, number 1, there should be an AA program nearby to that dude. SI is hiring anybody. They really are. SI is hiring people who aren't even experienced. They're just college football fans. It's crazy. That's just an insane opinion, because when you look at Florida's schedules, we've talked about, you drop down on that schedule to mid-September through mid-October, and tell me there's a tougher 5 week stretch, because Florida does have a bye week penciled right in between there. But tell me there's a tougher 5-game stretch.
There's not
this season, and I'd love to talk about it. I mean, because you're talking about Florida going on the road. Play Miami on the road, Texas A&M on the road. You have Texas, you have LSU. That's on the road. I don't know where he's coming from with that, but that is that. What that tells me, guys, is okay. He either has zero respect for LSU, Texas A&M, maybe Miami. I don't know. I don't know what the guy's thinking or drinking, but it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, there's nobody in college football that plays 4 games in a row like that. Again, like Mark said, at LSU, they're ranked in the top 10. Number 10 at Miami. Number 1, Texas at home. Then you go to Texas A&M. Nobody plays 4 games in a row like that. Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. And, it the second part of that too is
oh yeah, it gets easier. It gets easier. Georgia, Ole Miss, Tennessee, FSU. So it does get easier. Yeah.
Dr. Moon just keeled over when you said Georgia.
I don't get it. That's absolutely crazy. Well, let me ask you this. What's going on at practice? Are they giving much information out this year, or is it just the same standard stuff that we hear every year?
Yeah, it's standard operating procedure, really is. Napier said the other day they had the scrimmage. Lagway participated in the 7-on-7 drills, but he didn't go in the 11-on-11. So he didn't go in the scrimmage. He said that they are still working on the shoulder, although he said this guy's throwing better with more velocity than he has the entire time he's been in Gainesville. He also said they are working and continue to work on the soft tissue injury he suffered on his calf. But he said that is coming along well. They're confident. So, I think, in this day and age, as we've seen, a lot of coaches are doing, this isn't just an acre thing, but they're playing it very, very careful. You've got Jamari Lyons coming back at defensive tackle. He's still not 100%, but the coaches, and from what I've heard from my sources, they've been blown away by what the kid's doing at practice with the things they're letting him do. And, I had one guy tell me, he goes, if he's not 100%, he's 90, 95, and he looks terrific. He goes, I just think they're taking a very cautious look for him. Well, I got to believe they'll do the same for Lagway, and probably the same for Trey Wilson and Dallas Wilson, the Florida wide receivers who have suffered some injuries in practice. They're nursing injuries. They've not been out there doing a whole lot. But on the plus side, guys, it gives your reserve quarterbacks, Harrison Bailey and Aiden Warner, reps, which they need those reps. They were out there spring repping and got significant reps. They've gotten significant reps the first week and a half of practice here. From what I heard, the guy I talked to, he said, Mark, you better hope Lagway doesn't go down. He goes, because right now those two guys are not ready for SEC play, particularly the schedule that we just referenced earlier. So, you expect probably Bailey to win that job eventually, being given his experience at Louisville, but we'll see what happens.
Mark, if I don't know what coach is going to do, what his philosophy is, but any of those guys are banged up at all, I wouldn't play them week one against Surfside. I'm sorry. But I just wouldn't play them week one. I would not. And then you got, I'm going to tell you what, South Florida is going to play Florida they're going to play the best game they play. This is their Super Bowl. They're going to give them everything they've got. That's going to be a competitive game. I watched them last year against Alabama, or 2 years against Alabama. Even last year they played tough against them. But that's not going to be just a big blowout game, I don't think. And then you need them getting in game shape. They got to play in that one, I think, to get in game shape. And then it starts at LSU, at Miami. You got an off week. You got Texas at home, Texas A&M. Yeah. So the week one, wouldn't you rest as many as you can?
I would play them. Look, I think you have to play them, get them ready. But I don't think you have to play him significant reps. I think you're right. Don't do what Florida did in '84 against Rutgers when Galen Hall pulled Kerwin Bell out far too early and pulled a bunch of the starters out, and Rutgers rallied and tied Florida 21-21, and that was the game.
Yeah.
No, don't. But yes, you got to play in the first quarter. You got to play him into the second quarter, and see what happens. And honestly, most coaches. They told me 30 years, it's important early in the year to send that message and to set that tone. You want them coming out of the locker room. You want all of your best guys out there on the field that first series coming out of the locker room at halftime, because you want to set that trend, and you want them to go aggressive. So after that, then in the third quarter, then I think if Florida's doing what they should be doing, you empty the bench against Long Island University.
Did you? What about here's what I wanted to ask you. To get through this schedule, not just those 4 games, then you got Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Tennessee. That's another 4 physical football games right there. Then you get to play a big, huge rival game against FSU. Does this team, in your opinion, have the depth to survive on the defense side of the ball? We all know about the quarterback position. We know that. We know that's going to be a problem. We all said that before. If he goes down, it's going to be what we think. But the other positions, are they deep enough to survive this schedule on the offensive line, especially in the defense in general? What are you hearing about that? Are they deep this year?
Well, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm probably drinking the same thing that Sports Illustrated guy is, but yes is my answer. Finally, yes. Because you guys know, you and Coach Manley know for years, Brian, I've been critical of that with Florida, very critical. And that's where recruiting and working the transfer portals comes in. This year, though, they have it. What they don't have, and look, here when I say that, temper it with this, though. Look, they're not Georgia, okay? They're not Georgia. They're not Ohio State. With all due respect to Michigan Eddie, they're not Ohio State. But again, guys, if you compare them to other teams in the top 25, yes, they're right there. And some positions, it's talent with not as much experience. At other positions, they have experience. They have a little bit of experience and they have a little bit of talent. But this is the first year that I can say that you look across the board, and in most areas, Florida's got what they need. And the safety position is the interesting position to me because you have some experience and talent there with the starters, but beyond that, you have very talented players. You just have no experience, and that's an area where they're really going to have to get some guys ready to go early. The same thing could be said for some of the reserve wide receivers, but I think people are going to be very excited with the development of Tank Hawkins, with what they see with Dallas Wilson, once they get him healthy, fully healthy, and with a couple of the other young receivers, Brown and some of the others.
Mark, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and finish up with Mark McLeod. Everything you know about the Florida Gators right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, looking for a new bike? It's Steve's Bike Shop. They've been in service since 1979. Locals taking care of locals. Electrical bikes are taking over the world. He's got a large selection of those. He can work on them. If you got one you bought, just not working, the tires will not they won't stay pumped up. Take it to Steve's Bike Shop. He'll take care of you. He is also the swim coach at Mosley. Locals taking care of locals. Speaking of locals, Vandergrift, man, they're incredible. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting, they design, they build it, commercial, residential. They do it all. But if you're looking for a roof, call Kyle Vandergrift. They are incredible. It's coming down pretty hard.
We may need a new roof.
Yeah. Turpo Pest Control, you want the yard to look beautiful? We can make it happen. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here at 8:30 on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back with Mark McLeod.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Anthony Richardson injured for the Colts, and I don't want to give up on Anthony Richardson. He's too young with so much talent there. But he makes it difficult. He makes it difficult to go, okay, we're going to have to wait a little while longer for Anthony Richardson. Talent is there. I don't know how you put it all together.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and some sun and a high of 86 with wind 13 to 17 miles per hour out of the southwest. A possibility of thunderstorms and mostly clear skies tonight and quite warm near 82. Mostly sunny and a likelihood of thunderstorms and 88 tomorrow. 90 and a chance of thunderstorms Friday. This is your Wednesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Stay out of his lane and stay off his yard.
Believe me, this man is a menace. He's always drinking, starting fights.
The Coach James Hale Show live from the J. Michael Studios.
Don't turn it off!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Mark McLeod's with us right here. You know, Mark, we're talking about the Florida depth. I can remember being in that stadium, and especially if you're sitting in the end zone, but I could tell it from the sides there also, where they had the high school recruits. And I will say this one back when Florida's really good too, but even the years they haven't been, you could see that. The speed of Florida's defense. When you think you see a little crack and you think it's going to be a nice play for say whoever they're playing, they're going to pick up some positive yards, and then out of nowhere, 2 or 3 guys hit the running back. It was incredible. It was impressive. Do you think, I don't know if you've gotten to watch them in person so far, or maybe you've heard something, but do you think they got some of that back, some of that speed on the defense side of the ball where they just flow to the football and punish you?
Yeah, they really do. In fact, my guy told me that the coaches were really excited about the defense, the physicality of their play, which we saw that last year down the stretch. You saw how physical that defense became once Ron Roberts had kind of dumbed things down a little bit after, replacing Austin Armstrong early in the season, and he kind of simplified everything. And they started, within a couple weeks, they really started to play a lot faster. And then they were able to do more things. But my guy said, look, you look out on that field, and 2 areas that really jump out at you is edge rusher. They've got 3 or 4 guys who are really going for the edge rusher and really stepping up their game. 4 guys, actually, he named off. And one of those guys that we haven't seen a lot of lately is L.J. McCray, who suffered a leg injury. He's going to be he may not play in the first game. I've heard that this is probably a 2-week injury, which may keep him out of the first game. But Napier did say that the test with the medical staff resulted in nothing serious, that he will be back soon, so that's good. But they like what they see on the edge. Of course, they like what they see with Caleb Banks inside at D-tackle. I mentioned Jamari Lyons earlier. And then, of course, the other area he pointed out was linebacker. He said Florida's got 4 linebackers right now, Childs and Miles Graham, the young guys who were both All-Americans when they came to Florida as freshmen last year, are really stepping up and are really pushing the starters. And, of course, you got Pup Howard back for the Gators. He's been a little limited in practice, but, he's been awfully good. So for Florida last year when he played, and, of course, you've got other guys there as well. So those are the 2 areas where my guy said you can really see that on the defense. And, of course, it's going to be interesting to see what happens at corner. He said there are 3 or 4 guys who are, including McLean, who came over, of course, at one time was at Colorado, and a Lakeland kid who's really stepped up and has played awfully well in practice, as well as 2 of the other young guys.
Mark, we always focus on these teams. We always focus on offense, defense, and especially the quarterback play and all that. And one thing we forget to look into, like we were looking at Alabama today, where they could be weak at. Tight end, I definitely is a concern there. And the kicking game. What about Florida's kicking game? The field goal kicker, the punter, how good are they? And I know the coverage team should be good with all the speed they have down in Florida, but what about the kickers? How do you feel about the kicking game in Florida?
I think the kicking game will be fine. I've heard nothing. And remember, guys, we heard nothing coming out of the spring of any concerns with the kicking game for Florida. So I think everything should be good there. In fact, the one thing that we did hear from the Florida Media Day was when the special teams coordinator is talking about different guys who could play a key role in returns. And that's one area outside of punt returns where last year, of course, now your guys in the NFL, but they did a really nice job late in the year in punt return. Well, he mentioned 8 kids, 8 names he rattled off and said, these are the guys competing for a punt and kickoff return. And he talked about the speed and the athleticism. And I think it's, again, just like recruiting has developed under Billy Napier, that too is developed. Because, in years past, you'd hear 3 or 4 names, and that was about it. Yeah. But now he included 2 freshmen and included two guys who played last year as freshmen. So you got half the roster is very young, and then the other half are guys who've been around for a little while.
Mark, recruiting, this has got to help them. They're ranked the preseason, top 25 the first time in 4 years. A lot of positive things you hear about the Florida Gators. This has to help them in recruiting. What are you hearing there? How's their recruiting going for Florida?
They got a big one yesterday, Coach. Frisco, Texas, wide receiver Davian Gross, 6'1", 190. He's top 24/7 Sports, one of their top 100 players in the country. He committed to Florida. So you're seeing more and more of these Texas kids come over because of DJ Lagway and others. And then, of course, one of the guys at On3, and I think it was Steve Wilfong, if I'm not mistaken, but don't hold me to that. He said that right now he projects Elijah Haven, who is the number one player in the 2027 class. He's a quarterback out of Baton Rouge, a 5-star, 6'5", 215, the number one player in the country. And he said right now I'm projecting that he's going to land at the University of Florida.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow, I've heard of that kid too, by the way. Hey, I want to ask you this. I'm looking at these schedules. Florida's got 7 ranked teams in the top 25. Mississippi State plays 7. Oklahoma plays 7. LSU. That's tough, man. Then you go down, and I said Auburn. I feel good about Auburn. Some people think I'm crazy. I think they're going to win 8 games. Auburn only plays 4 ranked teams. Missouri's got 17 starters coming back. They only play 4 ranked teams. You got Tennessee, which I just don't know. I don't know about Tennessee. They're kind of a mystery team.
Situation is.
I don't know. You just don't know. But they only got 4 ranked teams that they play this year. So scheduling does matter. And I'm saying SEC coaches keep fighting for 8 conference games and don't go to 9. That's just me.
I thought it was kind of crazy. They said, okay, we'll just flip the schedule over this year from last year. And, that doesn't help anybody.
At all.
No.
At all.
That was dumb. Yeah, and, Coach, to your point about Tennessee, you talked about the quarterback. Look at the offensive line. They lost a lot on that offensive line, and that's a big concern for the Vols. That's one reason I'm down a little bit on Tennessee this year. Georgia, they play 5 top 25 teams, but, guys, look at the 5 they play. You go, goodness gracious. So, yeah, it's tough for Georgia. That's why I don't want to say I'm down on Georgia. I still think Georgia's a top 5 team, but I don't see them winning the SEC. I just don't see it this year. But,
yeah, they got Alabama at home. They get Texas at home. Ole Miss, I think, they get at home, too. I think 3 of their tougher games they do get at home. But they're going to be great on defense. There's no doubt about that. Let's just see how the offense plays out.
Yeah, well, Tennessee lost one of their best wide receivers. He came to Florida State, so,
What about the kid, all the love for Oklahoma? What about the Oklahoma quarterback? Now, he denied it, but all the rumors and all this stuff out there about him gambling, if they can prove that. In the old days, you didn't get to play if you were caught gambling. I don't know, has that changed also? They can do whatever they want now or what?
Yeah, but no, it's still that is still a big no-no. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there, And look, somebody brought up on one of the national podcasts yesterday the fact that, look, with everything going on right now with AI, you're going to see some stuff out here because you're going to have some insane fans who are going to try to set up a player on another team and, try and do some things just to get a rumor started. And I do believe that'll happen. I thought about that myself, that you're going to see more of this stuff. So I wouldn't be too quick to jump on the bandwagon when you're hearing stuff like that, although he deleted it. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. And these kids, like it or not, they're going to have to be a lot more careful with some of the things that they are doing. But also I'm going to be more I'm going to be more of a sit-and-wait guy to look at things because you do see some things out there that, and you see this on social media all the time. Florida State this has happened at Florida State with a player, and it's not true whatsoever yet on these Facebook pages, these phony Facebook pages and other places are putting this information out, which is a real disservice. And these social media companies need to get a handle on that and try to get a handle on it anyway.
Yeah, I saw something last night about Gus Malzahn going off on the offense, the players, and then the head coach of Florida State going off on them. So I don't think that was true. I don't believe that. Hey, listen, Mark, our time is running out. Thank you so much for spending time with us, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday, okay?
All right, guys. Take care. Glad
Go
Wildcats
Gators, baby.
better.
All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Brian, thank you. Glenn, thank you. Wildcat, great job. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Calvert.
Dak is the Honda Civic of this league. You never have to worry about getting to work.